Hi, welcome to Nabor Videos. I'm Marcy Rogo, and today I am joined with Nico Predis, and we are excited to present to you more information about joining teams. I first met Nico when he had a listing on my street, and I have to tell you, I was so impressed because he called to see what day was garbage day so his new buyers would know that. And we started talking, and there were lots of different things. He just kept asking more and more questions that I've never had another agent ask if they're listing a house in my own neighborhood. So you were taking really good care of those new buyers, even though you didn't have the buyer for that house. You had the listing.
Right.
And so we were going through a painting project, and I was telling you all about that, and really admired the way that you handled that transaction, especially that decorator of yours, that stager. She was amazing. But anyway, that's where we kind of got our first friendship started, was on that listing. So, Nico, let's talk about how you started. And so, I know you've been in the business about 12 years, but you haven't had a team for 12 years.
Not at all.
So, when you decided to form a team, tell us how you decided what you were going to do first.
Awesome. Well, Marcy, thank you so much for having me, by the way.
Glad to have you.
I've been knowing you for the past several years. It's just been really nice. You're a top agent, and I definitely look up to you. So
Thank you.
being here with you, it's amazing. I love it. Okay, so, well, I got to say, I don't reinvent the wheel. I definitely have really, really good coaches and training that I went through before I decided to start my team.
That's
right?
important, isn't it?
Education, I think one of the things that we can do as agents to truly separate ourselves from everybody else is how educated you are and how good you are at that education and truly implementing what you learn into the business. So I do several seminars every year just to keep up what's happening in real estate and also, customer service.
But you went and got coached on how to do what you wanted to do, where a lot of agents just think they already know it, right?
Absolutely. So I do have a real estate coach that coached me every Monday for 30 minutes, and I've been doing that for the last 3.5 years.
Okay.
So when I decided to start my business, truly the best way to do it, I would think, is in order for me to find talent, right? I don't call them find agents, I call them partners.
Right.
For me to find partners, when I look for talent, in order for me to do the best, I have to have systems in place in order to provide, as a team leader, the best service to my partners.
Right.
And you start that with a foundation, which is first is you, right, the agent. There will be a point of every top agent when you start going up the ladder that you're not going to have time to do it all, right? And then we tend to try to do it all, but we just can't. So your first hire should be a executive assistant, right? You can call him assistant, an admin. I call it executive assistant. So this person is in charge, and they could be licensed or unlicensed people here in the state of Florida. And there's a fine line of the things that they can say or do when it comes to your business. Easy to learn, though. It's the information is out there. So this person will be in charge of helping you everything that is related to the admin side of the business, right?
Right.
So you as the agent, you take care of your clients, you do the appointments, you do your lead generation, right, every morning. I hope everybody is lead generating. And then everything else is taken care of by the admin, by your person, right? Now, before I have my admin, I did hire a transaction coordinator. So she's been helping me for over 7 years now. So I have the transaction coordinator first, because the cool thing about having a transaction coordinator, Marcy, is that you pay them per transaction, and they will help you with every aspect of the transaction. Documents from the HOA, right? You forgot to sign an addendum. Well, there she is sending an addendum to the client to be signed. She or he will keep you in track with your due dates. So in order to grow and take your business to the next level, you need leverage. And the least expensive way that I found out that you can do that is by hiring that, transaction coordinator and be loyal to it. Find a good one so you can build that relationship.
Correct.
And then once my business is start going to the next level, then is when I hire my executive assistant, and his name is Danny. and he's been with me for 2 years. Actually, July is going to be his second year anniversary, and I'm sure people watching this video and dealt with me in the last 2 years, they know Danny already. So he's talent for sure, and so he's on my payroll, and he pretty much is my right hand man. I mean, without him, I'm lost, Marcy. When he goes on vacation, I suffer. I'm like, no, but he's such a good sport. Whatever he is, he's just on the phone. He's helping me out. This business, we don't stop.
Right.
24/7. So he's there all the time. So yeah, that's how I started my team, right? Because it's already a team. So now, for the last 6 months, I was truly be able to grow my team into 3 agents.
Okay, so let me ask you a question about that. If people saw how well you were doing and they said, wow, I think I want to talk to Nico about maybe joining his team, and came to you, how do you evaluate those future partners?
Great question, Martin. We were talking about this on the break a little bit ago. So for me, when I talk about looking for talent, it's more about personality and the will to make this business a reality for them and their families. Right? So when it comes to the technical side of the business, meaning, the how-tos, that's really easy. Anybody can do it. And I like to say this with a lot of respect. Selling real estate, as far as paperwork goes, is not that big of a deal, although you must know what you're doing in order not to make mistakes. But truly, it will be how you make up as far as your mindset, your goals, and how badly you want to become successful in this business that will truly determine whether or not you're going to make it. People go into this business thinking, hey, everybody's buying and selling, and here I come. And I always wishing the best, because there's plenty of people, there's plenty of business for everybody. There's no shortage of business. The problem is that it is really hard to wake up in the morning, do your activities in order to become successful, and do it so consistently and repeatedly that things will start to happen. And because of people don't have that time or patience, they never go that far. So for me, if I see the agent or whomever is applying for the team, the one thing that I see is the personality. Do they have what it takes, right? And how eager or hungry they are to become successful, right? Those 2 traits can all be taught. I can teach you everything when it comes to the business.
Correct.
But that mindset is really hard. And the third, and for me is one of the first and foremost, is how good you are with your clients. Like, if your client come first or second, right? For us, our motto is we put people before profit. And once you're really passionate about what you do, truly taking care of the client, putting their interest first, the money is just a byproduct of your passion.
Correct.
Right?
That's a great
point. Yeah, that's something that we definitely try to teach within the culture of our team. And we have 3 agents. They're in production now. So we have a lot of systems in place for them to be successful.
You said you have a 30, 60, 90-day situation. So they're coming in maybe for 30 days, see how that goes. And then if it goes well, then it's 60 days. And then
Absolutely.
And then 90 days. So that people know they have to adhere to what you want them to know, right?
Yes. Well, I'm all about, you start dating somebody before you sign the marriage paper, right? So the 30, 60, 90 is created just like any other job. You will have a 90-day probation, right? So for us, those 30, 60, 90 truly will get the agent, first of all, to truly start creating systems around your database, right? We'll teach you how to lead generate. We'll teach you how to, scripts, handle objections when you're talking to somebody. And then so between the 30, and then of course open houses, and we are able, and of course all the services that you get with that is that you as the agent, Marcy, so let's say that you apply for my team, right? You already have what it takes. So I'm like, perfect, let's do it. By the way, are you looking for a team? Let me know if you do.
Hey, listen, I don't think you know.
So my goal is to be all access team, meaning your job as the agent is to do 5 things. You role play, right? Which that's how you get good by talking to the clients. So we role play between us. Then you lead generate. That's how you do business. You lead follow up, right? You go on appointments, and then you close a deal. That's pretty much the job of a real estate agent.
So, and we've talked about this, that you make sure they come to classes at NABOR,
Yes.
and plus you have classes that are within your company. You do that. So you've got these new people coming on, these 3 new agents, but you really have been a team with your admin and your transaction broker up until that point, and you have come a long way. You have come a long way. I see you at luxury conferences, and I also just saw, and folks, welcome one of the top 500 realtors in Naples.
Nice.
So that was a wonderful little party that they had for the 500 of you. And so I think that probably might help you in acquiring some partners once they see that acquiring some partners that would work for you, right? That would work in that team. And so your door is probably going to be knocked on.
Yeah, so one of the things that I'm truly passionate about is because people, one of the questions is, well, are you hiring and how you look for people?
Right.
So my philosophy is I don't per se out there looking. I'm always open for talent. And I'm very active on social media, as you can see, is because I do want to show people that is completely doable. I came from nothing in this business. When I first started, I like zero, like nothing, and I truly built it up, and we're still growing. So I do want to attract the right people to my team instead of me going out there. I'd rather for people to see what we're all about, because you can see that on social media,
right.
and I just want to attract same mind like people, like the way we are. Right.
And that's important because you've got a lovely family and
Thank
you
you.
like spending time with them. And so it's good that you're not working absolutely nonstop and that people need to know that you have to do that, have a family life too. So here's the big question. This is being done so that people who are interested in forming a team or joining a team get some advice. So what's your one piece of advice you give somebody if they said, well, we're thinking about joining a team or we're thinking about opening our own team? What's some advice?
Alrighty, for the agents that are thinking about starting a team, kudos, go for it. It's not for everybody, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Not everybody can tell the pressure. Not everybody it is comfortable leading a team, right? But if you are that agent, then by all means go for it. Don't hold back. We tend to complicate many things before even we start doing them, and that fear will hold us back. Start your team, do it in a smart way, the way I did it. It's proven concept. Before that, the time that for you to start a team is when you truly are so busy that you don't know what to do with yourself. When you're in the office 8 in the morning until 7, Monday through Sunday, and truly busy, showings, listing appointments, then you need to start getting leverage. And before you start partnering up with other agents, you need to truly create systems by hiring your first admin.
Right.
That will be your first hire, because that person, no, actually, let me take it back. You actually have to get a transaction coordinator. That will be your number one, because you just pay per transaction, right? Whatever that may be. And then now you're going to have the leverage to say, Marcy, you sign my listing agreement, right? Instead of me going to the office, start getting the paperwork from the association and all that. I'm going to have, you
Right.
to do that for me.
And you've talked about that. But one of the things that, and that's great. I think that really, when you think about it, that transaction coordinator and your admin really were your team. So you really got to check and see how you worked as a team before you went out and added people to it. So
Absolutely.
great
Yep.
piece of advice.
Absolutely. And for the people that are looking for a team, then yes, if you feel that you're missing out on, maybe you want more time with your family, right? Maybe your business is not where you need it to be, or you want it to be. Then if you're considering for a team, then what I would recommend is you have to look for a team that does have some kind of culture around it, meaning they stand for something, they have a mission statement, right? They have the support. So all my agents, they don't have to worry about marketing, paperwork. Like, you go and show a house, I help you to negotiate the deal to get it under contract if you need me to step in. As soon as that thing is signed, you are on to the next client. You're on lead generation. You want to having dinner with clients. You're on to open houses. Then the admin side of it will take care of everything. Title company, emails, signing all the paperwork. If you're out there on the field and you're showing houses and your client love this house, we have to put an offer right now. You just call the office, Danny, we need to put this we need the contract now, and he write it up. We get it going. And same thing with the listings. We take care of all the pictures, all the marketing. You are the face. You are the agent. You're the people's person. So your job is not do admin things. Your job is out there generating business, and so people should look for that, right? That type of support, so you can just thrive and go to the next level.
It's great advice. Nico, thank you for being with us today and giving
Absolutely.
these people all this wonderful advice. And we've got 2 more of these sessions coming up with different parts. Somebody who's just thinking of starting a team, evaluating it, and then another really good, successful team. So watch for the other 2 interviews, and we'll see you soon.